Hello, friends and family. Welcome to day 37, cycle 2, day 15 of my quest to crush aggressive diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's get into status. All right, eating. The nausea was managed today. The eating was fine. No worries there. Mouth pain is easing up, but I did make an observation today. I'm wondering if the nausea from the chemo mouth is sticking around because I stopped taking the magic mouthwash too early in the cycle. So I'm going to take it a few nights now and see if that helps ease up the chemo mouth in the coming days. My weight is holding steady, but it's at the higher end of my range. And the fluid yesterday was 84 ounces. So I'd really like to make an effort to get my fluid up in the 100 ounces range or higher over the course of the next week until my next treatment. So fingers crossed on that. I don't think I'm quite on target today, but I'll try. My sleep was 7 hours and 15 minutes, no nap, but lots and lots of energy, which could be due to the Diet Coke that I had this morning. Caffeine maybe once a week. Maybe that caffeine is revving me up. I don't know. My mental health, headspace, noodle. Thankful. I think I'm thankful. Oh, and I found a cool quote today. I was looking through, I think I told you guys a while ago about this coloring book I got. Choose Joy coloring book. I got it as one of my gifts before we started this exercise. And I haven't colored, but I did flip through looking at the quotes. So this one, kind of pretty. I don't know if you guys can see it. But the quote is, "The soul that gives thanks can find comfort in everything." And it's part of a larger quote. "The soul that gives thanks can find comfort in everything, and the soul that complains can find comfort in nothing." By Hannah Whitall Smith from Living in Sunshine, Revel, 1906. Smith lived from 1832 to 1911 and was raised in a strict Quaker home. She later dedicated herself to searching the scriptures and in early 1860s became a speaker and author in the holiness movement. But I just really thought that was pretty powerful. If we're thankful, we can find comfort. And when we're not thankful, when we complain, then you can only find things to complain about. So back to kind of where we put ourselves. A headspace, our attitude, has a lot to do with how we live and survive, in my case. And so I choose to be positive. Even though this is not entirely a positive experience, you have to find the good in it. So as far as my active chemo symptoms right now, the nausea is real. I can mitigate it with my eating habits. Mouth pain is still there. Finger neuropathy is still there, although it is easing up. And those nose clots I talked about yesterday are still alive and kicking. My chemo brain, I think, might be easing up. That's a big maybe. My vitals are fine, and they were even fine at the doctor's office today. My movement yesterday was 7,800 steps, plus 2 sun salutations, plus I used my new bolster and did the legs up the wall pose, and it was awesome. So thank you again to that angel for the pose as well as the bolster, because it made a massive difference. I really enjoyed the pose. I only held it for a few minutes, but I could definitely see where I could work my way up to 5 or 10 minutes and really feel very revitalized. So I'm very excited about that. So about the doctor's office, I got to the doctor's office today and they said to me, "Oh, you have a virtual appointment. You're supposed to be telehealth." I'm like, "You guys called me 3 times. So apparently it's a large office. Like when I started going to it, was like a small office, but they joined with another group and it's a massive office. So I don't know if it's their policy to call the telehealths and try and reschedule them or something, but the next time I have a telehealth schedule, I'm sticking with my telehealth because they led me to believe on the conversation it was the doctor who asked for it. But I don't think it was because he was just as surprised as I was that I was there. But it was a good visit. So let me talk about the visit and then I have some other news. They did labs, so let me move over here, do a little show and tell. Just a CBC, a quick finger stick. They pull your blood counts. And everything looked pretty good. You can see my white count is crazy high, and that's because of the shot I had last week. But my red count is within hemoglobin, it's a little bit low, but it's not crazy low. And even my platelets are on the lower, almost the lower side of normal, but lower is better than higher because we're worried about clotting and all those other things. So even though you look at them, there's a lot of highs and lows and it looks a little wonky, overall, he was very happy with the blood counts. Oh, and for all of us, I don't remember, was that last week? I think it was last week when I said, I'm not a medical professional, but this looks good to me. I asked him about it, and he's like, he didn't say he is one, but he is a medical professional. And he said that those were all very encouraging. It does, outwardly appear that we're doing a good job and we're kicking this cancer's butt. So that's very encouraging news. Let's see, what else do I have? Doctor agreed that the labs look good. So he said, physically, I appear great to him. And since I'm doing well, that probably means he wants to try and go for 6 cycles. So sad face on that one. I was hoping that meant we would go with 4 cycles, but I guess the full course of 6 cycles has a greater or less chance of recurrence, based on what I've read. So if you can tolerate the full treatment, that means your future recurrence of lymphoma is lower. Now you might have a different kind of cancer, which is a whole nother discussion, which I didn't get into with him, but the treatment, if my body can tolerate the full treatment, then that's his preference. Which leads me to the next thing, which was, the finger neuropathy. And he said since it's still tolerable, he would like to do the next treatment. He said that's the vincristine that's causing the neuropathy. And he would like to do the next treatment at full dose if I can tolerate it. And which is this coming Friday, so a week from today. And then we'll see about decreasing it in the future treatments if the neuropathy gets worse or is intolerable. So that was a little disheartening, but again, I got to roll with what they want me to do. Neuropathy. Okay, so no news from my employer on the short-term disability request beyond the mail that I got yesterday acknowledging that I said my doctor sent it. So I don't know if that means they didn't get it. I think they may also not be in this country, so I don't know if that means that they're already on the weekend. I'll have to look. Maybe that means I won't hear until Monday morning. I'll keep kind of an eye out on that. I mean, the people that are evaluating, I'm not sure what country they're in. I guess that's my comment. Also, I got a call this morning, an automated call from, I think the name of the company is Evercore. And they are contracted by most insurance companies throughout the country to evaluate certain radiological scans, including PET scans, on behalf, as a contractor on behalf of your insurance company. Aetna and many other insurance companies use them. So they contacted me this morning, an automated message. I think it was before 9, 8:30-ish. I could check my phone. To let me know of their denial decision on my requested PET scan. So just about 9 o'clock, I left a message for my Aetna nurse case manager, who I'd spoken to a few weeks ago and said, well, you absolutely need a PET scan. So I left her a message letting her know that I'd been denied, and if she could do anything from her side, I would really appreciate it. And then when I went to the doctor, he had just received their denial a couple hours later, and he said they would go through their appeal process as well. But I never did hear from the nurse case manager, so I'll try her again on Monday just to make sure that we're on the same page and she can do, whatever she can do from the inside while we're doing it through the formal path. So that's the status on that. So the PET scan was rejected again. So I will not have the PET scan before the 3rd treatment, but the doctor was hoping that I would get the PET scan before the next treatment, the 4th treatment. Let's see. I think that was all I had there. So what did I do today? What's my ta-da list? My ta-da list is I went to work. I started crocheting a new project. I might have even started it last night. I can't remember when I started, but it will be finished tomorrow, so I'll share it with you tomorrow. I had a question for you guys. Here we go. So this is the, I think I kind of shared this with you guys already, but this is the shawl poncho that I worked on the last week and a half, whatever. And I think I mentioned to you that I was trying to do a hooded cowl / hood, and I was going to try the Mobius ring circle, I forget the name of it, and try one of those. It's basically an infinity scarf with a twist in it, so it lends itself to being a hood or being down. It's very pretty. But I don't have enough yarn in this palette, this color palette. I used all the yarn I had, and I bought this some time back. So the question I had for you guys was this yarn I bought at the same time. It's the same manufacturer, but it's a little bit different in the palette. I don't know if you can see it. So it has the grays that are predominant in this, but it also has some taupey and some red maroonish colors. And I think it would be a good complement. Like if I did my hood cowl with this, it would still be in the same color palette with a little extra that it would match close enough. But I want to, what do you guys think? Give me some feedback in the comments. Do you think this is close enough match? And maybe I'll work on this weekend with this, because I think that's really what the issue was with what I was working on. I just didn't have enough yarn, so I just didn't have enough drape and everything else to make it look pretty. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to try the Mobius circle wrap with this. But let me know if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. Okay, what else can I tell you about? Okay, so as you may or may not have observed, I have a lot of energy today. And I don't know if it's just because my body is feeling much better or because I took the caffeine or a little bit of both, but a much better day. Like overall, I'm just feeling pretty awesome, except for the nausea and the little bit of mouth issues. So I'm very, again, thankful. I'm thankful for that. Let's see. I still have the same to-do list, which is the red hat. Finish that new project, return the light, purchase a new light, and work on this Mobius cowl / hood. And what else do I got? And my Cycle 1 compilation. So those are all on my to-do list. As far as I know, no angel deliveries, but I also don't know if we picked up the mail today. So again, we'll check on that. And then I want to put out an apology because somebody commented on yesterday's video, and I went back and checked. I did have a glitch in the editing software, and I thought I resolved it and uploaded the video, but the video that I uploaded had the glitch. So there's a section that got repeated, a couple minutes. Now, I did do some Googling and YouTube searching, and I think I figured out how to put little breaks in the line that goes across the bottom of your video with like the title of each section. So what I'm going to try to do, if I can do it properly, is put that onto that video from yesterday and just indicate, here's the status section. Oh, here it is again, or something like that, or, whatever. So it was, I'm going to say it was chemo brain, but it was also just poor editing skills on my part. I watched the video twice and I didn't see it like before I uploaded it. So I don't even know if it was something in the export. Could have, but it definitely glitched out while I was editing it. And Bill was actually watching me yesterday. Usually he's not with me, but he was watching me edit. He's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. So in any case, then he says, you get what you pay for. Because I am using a free editing software. It's free, but it's been around a long time. It's like a really well-known, I think it's called Shotcut. It's been around a while. But, and it's pretty good. There's a number of reasons I picked that one, but in any case, it did glitch out yesterday. I don't know if that was user error or the software, but in any case, I apologize to those of you who watched yesterday's video and saw 2 minutes twice. I'm going to fix that. And then I think I'm going to try to do it in future videos where I have the timestamps, and maybe that will also help me / prevent me from making that kind of mistake in the future. All right. I think, apologies for yesterday, no angels deliveries as far as I know. All right. Thank you. We love you. Remember, every day is a gift. Especially the ones we're thankful for. Live it.